You're smart, you're talented, you know a few things, but talent means nothing in this game if you don't make the right choices. There's plenty of talented people out there who never see the light of day anymore. Last thing, takes discipline. Because this whole game is one big long shot, and if you don't have the discipline to stay away from the flyers or from the gambles or whatever else you want to call a stupid move, then my friend, I'm afraid to say, one day you will go down. It's inevitable. You want my advice? Make a list of everything you want now, and then plan on spending the next 25 years of your life getting it, slowly, piece by piece.
You can't really control the world, but you can always control you. And here's my blueprint for self-discipline. Most people go start the day with small wins and accumulate the wins early. I go the inverse. I start my day with the mega projects and mega tasks, and I execute on those fairly early on. What I've learned is that if I leave the big things for later on in the day, it makes it very difficult for me to have enough emotional capital as well as energy to do those things. But if I do them early, then what happens is I've got the capital, I've got the attention, I've got the time, I've got the kind of the energy and the spirit to do the thing that needs to get done. So as I build up that momentum, I execute throughout the day.
Cut out the distractions.
Discipline has kind of gotten a bad name. We think about it in terms of punishment. I'm not talking about discipline in that way. I'm talking about discipline in the sense that you forego immediate pleasure for the exchange of long-term self-respect.
I understand the discipline of this stuff.
Yeah.
But what I don't like about it that is just that without cannabis, it doesn't matter to me. I just get mean.
Yeah.
I don't like the mean stuff. Like
Right.
I don't like I might snap at my wife or my kids. That's what I don't like. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline. You ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
There's some people who they love exercise, so they exercise. And that requires, I would actually argue, less discipline than someone who's like, I won't exercise on my own. So I'm going to create a mechanism or make a commitment that makes me more able to do the thing.
So when I first joined the Navy, I had to join the reserves because I couldn't get into active duty because I was so fat. So being a reservist, I got titled a lot of times as a weekend warrior. In the reserves, you work 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. A lot of us live our lives that way. We can't work out without purpose. We need to get into our dress for the wedding. Summertime's coming, so we want to look all good. Our high school reunion's coming up, so we gotta lose weight. The biggest purpose in life isn't all that shit. It's how you respect yourself, how you look at yourself. That's an everyday fucking journey. So every day you should be getting after it. We look at determination, self-discipline. We look at hard work. All these terms, it's almost like we dread them. Almost like a fucking punishment. Those are the biggest words of all time as far as respecting yourself. So don't look at them as dread and punishment. Look at those words as a lifestyle. Stay hard.
But you just gotta keep your eyes on the horizon. You can't get worked up on the daily ins and outs and struggles and external factors that beat on you in life. If you really want it, it takes work ethic, sacrifice, due diligence, sweat equity to get there. And you can get there. And you learn those lessons in the gym that transform yourself from A to B. Discipline is in the gym, right? You don't want to go to the gym, but you get up anyway and you go to the gym. And why? Because you believe in a higher cause. So you do that over and over again. Small steps lead to big steps, lead to the big picture of who you are and what you can be.
I give you the map. You are willing to do that?
Yeah.
It's the main point, because everyone wants to be Cristiano, but I give you the map. You think you will do it that? It's difficult. It's
the discipline.
The discipline is the most difficult thing, not only in sports, but in life.
Develop your discipline. You don't like the way things are going in the world? Develop your ability to achieve. Stop telling yourself every fucking year, over and over and over again, this is gonna be the year, this is gonna be the year, this is gonna be the year, this is gonna be the year. The reason it's never the year is because you don't ever focus on the right things to develop. You go at it like it's a game, like you're rolling the dice, like this might be the year that things happen. Achieves great things in this fucking life, in this world, in this universe, goes at it with that mentality. You may think they do, but they don't.
I believe that self-discipline is the definition of self-love. That when you say that you love yourself, that means that you have behavior towards yourself that is loving.
Our mind, it's a box of surprises, and you have to challenge yourself to be consistent. I repeat, sometimes it's hard. It's what many people say, you like to go to the gym every day. Of course no, it's not true. Nobody likes to go to the gym every day, but you have to do it. Probably yes, because your mental strength is coming from that moments, that in a hard moments, you know you should do it.
Discipline was huge, but then we always fall back on what's comfortable to us. What's comfortable for me was, if it's easy for me, I'm gonna do it. And so when I was going through pararescue training, I ran up against an obstacle that I didn't think I was gonna run up, and it was the water. I fucking hated the water. But I tried hard to get over that. And I would go to the pool and I would try, but my mind wasn't strong enough. David Goggins, even with all the discipline, I didn't have that next fucking level. When you're truly committed to something,
whether it's discipline yourself to wake up early, discipline yourself to go to sleep early, discipline yourself to dedicate an amount of time to what you want to do, disciplining yourself to block friends out, and I'm encouraging you, I'm motivating you to tell you to go get up and be disciplined. Go ahead, write down what your problem is, what you doing that isn't good, what you're not doing enough of. Write it down and start doing it.
What I really look for when I'm evaluating talent and people I want on my team is their self-discipline levels, because I know those people are going to max out their own capacity. Extremity expands capacity. The process of self-discipline is like a muscle that you can grow. I think the mistake many people make is they start with these huge things that they think require self-discipline. And unless they do these huge things, they lack it. You're 52, you're working harder than you've ever worked in your dadgum life. Why? Because I have built all these structures around me and eliminated most of the things that take my focus and discipline away, so that I am wired, man, with a ton of energy to create and innovate and think and be present, because I have self-discipline. And self-discipline is a process, is a habit. It is not something someone's born with. What has to happen though is you got to do it for a while.
What these guys had was courage, character, commitment, discipline. These are things that every human being can work on their own. You don't need talent. You need discipline. I was like, man, I have that. So I started gravitating more towards the everyday person that went way beyond. They went to that blue to black line I talk about in the book. That blue to black line where you reach greatness. And I started realizing that's what I can do. I can outwork a motherfucker. I can outwork everybody. That's what it takes.
You can't just do the things that you want to do when you're motivated or when things are going in your favor. You have to do these things even when you're not motivated, even when you're tired, even when you're exhausted, even when it's cold, even when it's snowing, even when it's raining, even if you had a nightmare, and even if your sad little baby boy ass woke up on the wrong side of bed, which happens to me often. I wake up bitter and angry some days. But I'm not looking for motivation because I have discipline. No matter what happens, I will still do the things I'm going to do to create the outcome that I'm focused on and that I consistently work towards.
What do you think is the key to achieving our goals, our success? Some people suggest things like hard work, focus, persistence. But research shows these are all byproducts of something else, something much more powerful that we can all develop. The moment we believe that success is determined by an ingrained level of ability, we will be brittle in the face of adversity.
Life is a training ground. And like going through Buds and Ranger School, very few people make it through. While you may live a long life, it doesn't mean you fucking graduated at the top of the class. You just lived a long, boring, despicable life. And that's not what I wanted to do. So Sergeant Jack started me out young, and I had to learn these lessons on my own through the discipline of hard work and cutting the grass and raking the leaves and doing all these things before school and after school. And he just built a mindset in me that I was like, okay, one day I can fall back on this. But I realized that Sergeant Jack taught me something that I'm gonna have to go back to for the rest of my life.
And watch how quickly you start building consistency, focus, and discipline, the 3 millionaire success habits that will amplify and force multiply the skills that you're so desperately trying to develop, thinking that if I just get these skills, I'll make more money. If I get these skills, I'll be more fit. You don't think you know how to eat right? You don't think you know how to work out right? Of course you do. The skills are available to you for free on YouTube. There's free nutrition programs and workout programs. Why are you still fat and floppy with gelatinous titties that I can milk? Because you don't have the trait of discipline to do it. You don't have the consistency and focus, goddammit.
Motivation is for average people. Discipline is where everybody who's ever achieved anything great that you admire, that is what they value. Stop asking, what do I need to do to get motivated? And start asking, how can I become more disciplined? Because discipline is the ultimate superpower. If you can learn to execute against the tasks that will get you to where you want to go, regardless of what's happening in your life, regardless of the pain you're feeling in the moment, regardless of any outside circumstances, how can you lose?
Discipline says, it's raining outside and it's cold and it's windy. Do it anyway. It becomes the identity. I'm a disciplined man. To do anything outside of what a disciplined man would do makes me an irresponsible man, makes me a weak man. And I don't want to be an irresponsible, weak man because our country already has too many of those, which is why we're eroding as a country.
I'm writing from real world, deep, savage, deep end shit. And the beauty of that, when I go up against these savage, great minds, these great people who are smart and the whole world knows them, and just a fraction of people know me. But every day, I put no money into marketing, put no money into shit. It's just grit, hard work, and the Sergeant Jack disciple of discipline shit that got me there.
Set a time to train at that time. Set a time to go to sleep at that time. Set a time to get up at that time. Don't tell yourself you need to do something and then don't do it. That's what I was talking about with Ariel. I knew in my head I was saying, get up at this time. I didn't get up at that time. Train at this time. I didn't train at that time. Don't eat this. I ate that. Don't drink that. I drank it. And these all just infiltrate my mental strength.
I want to do all these things that I previously told myself I'm not good at, because I want to shrink that box that I'm not good at, make it so tiny that one day it's going to go boop. So how do you develop those millionaire success traits that will pour into every area of your life, your mindset, your health, fitness, relationship, and your money? Well, you need consistency, focus, and discipline. And the secret to developing that is to set yourself a target to do something that's difficult, that requires a high amount of focus, consistency, and discipline, because there's a deadline to it.
Well, everybody, it's Groundhog's Day again for David Goggins. If you pan it down here, you see it's about 3 o'clock in the morning and there's not a car or a person in sight. If you pan over here, it's the same thing, not a car or a person in sight. People want to know where I find my strength at, where I get my strength. I get it from a lot of places, but right now, this morning, I'm getting it from, there's not a motherfucker that's up. There's not a car, there's not a person. Everybody's in their bed, sleep, dreading that it's a Monday, hate it's a Monday. And I'm loving it. I'm loving that. Where everybody's getting weaker, I'm getting stronger.
You first have to shed your false identity and say, who do I want to be known as? And you can rebuild yourself. Every man has the time and the ability to rebuild themselves. No one takes the pause to go, how do I want to rebuild myself? Or what do I want to rebuild myself into? Do I want to be a better entrepreneur, a better husband? Like the actual intent behind the action versus just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go work today. Now I'm gonna go work out. And so you're kind of robotically going through life, but not really having intention.
And that means self-esteem, self-awareness, self-belief, self-motivation, self-discipline. So when you don't have that, you attract the people in your life that you're most like. And I was most like a loser. So I attracted a lot of fucking losers. And when you are in that mode of life and you're not around people getting up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning grinding, saying, come on, motherfucker, let's go. I'm not talking about the gym. I'm talking about when it comes to making money, when it comes to fucking anything. These people who are fucking just out of their mind obsessed. And what happens is that becomes who you are.
I think everything about discipline and every day
and every day, like, you know, train, sleep, eat, repeat. Yeah, it's have to become your lifestyle and everything here in mental, you know, everything about mental.
Folks see how much I work out, and they think I'm running from demons. It's not demons, it's discipline. And I'm a disciple of discipline. You can't outrun your demons. They'll always find you. Only way to beat them motherfuckers is look at them eye to eye and make them your bitch. Mindset's the only thing that gets you through hard times.
If you don't want to go, don't go. If they care whether you go or not, they don't care about you. And if they care about you, they don't care if you go or not. Just because you have free time doesn't mean anyone who asks for it is entitled to it.
I'm gonna, starting not tomorrow, not Monday, not next month, starting right this motherfucking minute, I'm gonna start doing what it takes.
Until you win, effort always goes unnoticed. Get used to it. No one roots for you until everyone roots for you. That's just how it works.
Yeah, people only root for those who don't need to be rooted for.
Never say you can't do it. Say, I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet. And that's true with everything. It's like, there's nothing that you can't do. You may not have done it yet. We don't know if you can do it or not until you really practice. And then you find out if you can do it or not, or how well you can do it.
Yeah. When I say I am God, you think I'm joking or not?
You tell me.
I'm not joking. When I come on the field, I feel like that.
You feel like God?
I feel like God when I'm on the field.
An omnipotent.
I feel untouchable, and I feel I will smash everyone that comes in my way.
You don't have to feel good about it. You just have to keep going. The feeling will pass, but you will remain. You are greater than your feelings. Going to bed late and waking up early to work for a few days won't kill you. You're not going to burn out. You're doing what it takes. If you're one of those people that push work-life balance, just remember, the people who like working a lot don't care. I've never regretted trying harder at anything ever. Hard times last long, but an epic story feels like a lifetime.
Focus equals feeling. Focus equals feeling. Whatever you focus on, you're going to feel, even if it's not true. So guess what? It doesn't matter what's true. The minute you focus on something, that's what's true for you. It's like focus equals reality for the individual, even though it's not reality in actuality. So learning to control our focus is the second skill that will change your whole life. If you want to feel the way you want to feel, you got to learn what to focus on.
Imagine that you're in a movie, and imagine the movie begins now, and you're the hero of the movie.
Yeah.
What would that guy do? What would that guy do right now? Because you are. Unchosen suffering is going to happen in life.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents are going to pass away, loved ones are going to die, your relationships are going to break down, your body is going to fail you, you're going to become ill or sick or destitute. Things are going to happen that you have no control over. And the only way that you can prepare yourself for unchosen suffering is with chosen suffering.
Right.
You can elect to put yourself into a position to become a stronger alloy of whatever the metal is that you're made of. And by purposefully choosing difficult things, you will armor yourself against that situation. It's still gonna suck.
Thinking your way, feeling your way, working your way through those things. On the other side, it's like, I don't know who said the saying, but like usually, you're the closest to getting what you want. It's always the hardest. It's always the feeling when you're getting ready to, people give up right before they get what they've always wanted to get. People quit and they give up. And I will not be the person who quit before I got what I wanted or what I needed or what I felt I was supposed to have, and if that wasn't for me, it wasn't for me. I'm gonna keep grinding. I'm gonna keep knocking on the door until I get what I feel. That's been something I've always felt.
It's not just about, I hope I do well. It's like you have to want the success in the gym as much as you want to breathe. Okay? As much as if you started suffocating in this room, you'd find every way to get out of here. You'd be knocking the doors down, yelling, screaming, breaking windows, whatever you got to do to live, right? That's what I brought to the gym. I don't know why this happened to me. It was a gift. I didn't have a choice.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and impossible. The fact that something seems impossible shouldn't be a reason to not pursue it. That's exactly what makes it worth pursuing. Where would the courage and greatness be if success was certain and there was no risk? The only true failure is shrinking away from life's challenges.
Yo, we all are great. We all should think that we're great. There's no reason for you to not think that you're great. If you don't think you're great, ask yourself why. Why don't you think the highest of yourself? When you do, people have no choice but to follow suit. You have no choice but to follow suit.
Life is shorter than you think. Okay, you're 25 and you're thinking, wow, I've got 10 years to figure it all out. I've got all these vistas of time. I'm young, I'm healthy, etc. You don't have nearly as much time as you think you do. It goes very fast.
Really?
So you need a sense of urgency and energy.
Everyone have a good evening, whatever you're doing in your lives. We're all gonna die one day, so don't get too caught up in the bullshit and the hype. Live your life while you're here, because you never know what's gonna around the corner. Heart attacks, disease, wars, life could just hit you like that. So try and enjoy every day. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't get too caught up in the bullshit.
If you walk down the natural logic of that statement, who do you blame? If you're saying must be nice, or tell me that you don't have kids without telling me that you don't have kids, then does that mean that you blame your child for all the things that you don't have in life? It's a tough weight to put on a kid. Because I would hope that they don't see that comment, because then they'd be like, wait, mom, dad, you didn't live out your dreams because I exist? Tough.
Just get up, move towards that challenge, whatever that challenge is. Move towards that challenge and go attack it. And you may be successful and you may not be successful, but you will be better. And the next challenge, you're gonna be more prepared for. And the next challenge after that, you're gonna be even more prepared for. And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna win.
The difference as well, I think, between people who are super advanced, super developed, super far down the line, and people who are beginning, it's like, dude, what are you risking by trying to do this thing? For you, it's fine for you to spend 18 months negotiating with Sam on the school deal, but if you are yet to do any business, that's probably not necessarily the right way to go about things. Tim Ferriss says, in the short term, your success depends on your intensity. In the long term, your success depends on your consistency. Do not sacrifice the latter for the former.
You're gonna end up shackled. You're gonna end up shackled by a boss that you don't like, doing a job that you don't like to do, with sicknesses and diseases that you don't want, relying on people that you can't even count on, alone. And you don't have to. But if you have discipline, you will attain freedom.
Because I realized I saw a lot of people that didn't have any sense of urgency in their life. And when you don't have a sense of urgency, things aren't going to happen. You need to make things happen, as we already discussed. They're not just going to happen for you. You're not going to become a good fighter unless you make it happen. And you're not going to do anything in life unless you make it happen. So if you feel like right now you're looking around and you're lost or directionless, I would take about 15 minutes and figure out what the hell you want to do with your life, and I would start getting after it.
But I want to know what's to the west, what cities and gods are over there. See, I'm not satisfied with this. Odin gave his eye to acquire knowledge, but I would give far more.
Reminder that if you want to be exceptional, you're going to be different from everyone else. That's what makes you exceptional. You can't fit in and also be exceptional. Both have discomfort. When you fit in, you have internal conflict because you're not being 100% you. When you're exceptional, you have external conflict because everyone sees you as different. Pick one. When your friends start to say, you've changed, remember it's because they don't know how to say, you've grown.
Rock, you are the most influential player on this team. If you walk around defeated, so will they. Don't tell me you can't give me more than what I've been seeing. You just carried a 140-pound man across this whole field on your arms. God's gifted you with the ability of leadership. Don't waste it.
Around 2010, 2011, I went through this huge spiritual thing where I became obsessed with the power of the mind. And I got into it deep, like really deep, just meditation, visualization, and just realizing how powerful our minds actually are, like how we really do paint our world with our thoughts and our level of self-belief.
Reinterpreting our past, understanding and knowing that we can move from where we are, that we can begin to design the kind of life that empowers us, that gives us happiness, that enable us to be on top of who we are. Knowing that as we begin to explore new horizons and new vistas in life, that as we begin to focus on developing ourselves, as we begin to elevate ourselves and not to follow the crowd.
If everybody who's like at the bottom and feels like they have nothing going for them, reframe that as I have nothing going for me, which also means that I have nothing to lose by taking action, it makes you a much more dangerous person. And I think that was the flip that I've had repeatedly shown to me in my life that allowed me to take the step that I was afraid to take.
You'll get knocked down, but you won't be knocked out. You'll be able to get to your feet again, be on the ropes, but you have a fast recovery rate when you work on yourself. Read inspirational books, of course. Listen to tapes that begin to inspire you, and stay around people who will empower you. People that will help you feel good about who you are as you're in the process of transforming your life.
Hey, I know I get extreme ownership. I buy into extreme ownership 100%. Yep. But this time is actually really is Echo's fault. Echo's plan's really not as good as yours. I get it. I know you want to be humble, but hey, if you're humble now, it's actually going to cost you in the long. That's the way your ego talks to you. Yeah. It's like a little savage in there, just manipulating. So you got to be very careful of that.
For me, when I think about discipline, it's that my mental status when I talk to myself is always apologetic and understanding of things out of my control. My core discipline is, I wanted this to be the case. It snowed. Mother Nature said, go fuck yourself. I said, thank you, Mother Nature. And when we got in at 3 a.m., I'm not gonna wake up at 6 a.m. and work out because I'm tired, and it's okay, and I'll pick it back up tomorrow. And that's that.
It's good that you have really high standards, but you have to understand it's called self-discipline for a reason, meaning it's about you. You don't get to enforce that on other people. This is why Marcus Aurelius talks about being strict with yourself, tolerant with others. Cato says, I can forgive anyone's errors but my own.
Every day, because I have a vision, I have my confidence, and I believe in myself. People call it arrogant, I call it confidence. Ignorant people call it arrogant. Intelligent people call it confidence. I believe so much in myself and I have a bulletproof mind, and when I go out there, I know what I'm able to do, and I do it good. Please do not offend me. I don't need to prove nothing. Even if I don't score the goals today, and I have a lot of respect for Vela. He's a good player, but you did one mistake. You compare him with me. That was your biggest mistake.
If you try to remember, you will lose. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or creep or drip or crash. Be water, my friend.
One, they're late because they have to see that it's working consistently. So they're already 3-6 months behind. Then they start trying to figure out how to implement it. And then they start implementing it. And then what they don't see is the things that made the conditions that made it work to begin with. And so like, if you just assume that you're always in the lead, then it means then sure, 2nd through 10th place will always copy number 1, but to the victor go the spoils. And so you will, like, no one gives a shit who is 4th place at the Olympics.
If you make yourself more than just a man, if you devote yourself to an ideal, and if they can't stop you, then you become something else entirely. Legend, Mr. Wayne.
Tomorrow you will be released. If you are bored of brawling with petty thieves and want to achieve something, there is a rare blue flower that grows on the eastern slopes. Pick one of these flowers. If you can carry it to the top of the mountain, you may find what you were looking for in the first place.
And what was I looking for?
Only you can know that.
The day is that to be good at anything, you got to put the hours in. It is hard work. I mean, look, yes, people win the lottery. You hear about these crazy success stories, but they are one in literally a billion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, the majority of people I've met who haven't inherited anything, but have just built something on their own. They've done it because they're talented, they've got great instincts, and importantly, they have really, really put the hours in.
After you fail, the likelihood that you're successful goes up, not down. This is the part that people miss. They fail and think it somehow decreases the likelihood of success, but it actually increases it. And so it's like you want to just get the failures out of the way. Why would you not want something that increases the likelihood to hit your goal? And the reason that it increases that likelihood is that failure is a requisite probability for taking action. And so anyone who has failed has taken more action than someone who's done nothing.
You've got one at bat, please do something about it. We are living through the greatest era to be alive ever. Yes, there's stuff. I got news for you. There's always stuff. But when you take control of your at bat, when you put it all on yourself, when it's your fault and your wins, when you own it, that's when it starts happening. So please squeeze the shit out of your one life.
But fitness is in you. It's in you the whole time. That fit body is there. And you think it's way over there. And that's the lie. So the lie is, another guy comes in the gym, he walks in like, hey man, you can't lift that. And he walks by and you feel shame again. But you don't let nobody do that to you. That you say, you know what? I am fit. Even if you don't see it, I am fit. And you know what fit people do? Fit people go to the gym.
When will I know I'm ready?
You won't. It's a leap of faith. That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith.
You know, my father used to say, whatever you do it 100%. When you work, work. When you laugh, laugh. When you eat like it's your last meal.
You lose. Every time you bite with that nigga, and I'm the one that pays for it. And you gonna get off his corners? You gonna leave his people be? Or you the one that's gonna find yourself a new plug? You don't mean that shit? The fuck I don't. I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk.
You only have one life. You only have one chance. If you spend it doing what other people expect you to do, you will wake up to your regret at some point.
It is the mark of a great fighter when he has character plus skill. Because a fighter with character and skill will often rise and be the better fighter because of this. Character is that quality upon which you can depend under pressure and other conditions. Character makes the fighter predictable. Character helps him win.
Getting unstuck means that you are going to start living life on your terms rather than just gliding through every day on automatic. That you are aware, that you're stimulated and you're excited about your unfolding future. That you have a special power within. That you know that things are going to get better for you. You know that you can handle this, and sometimes you have to cry. Sometimes life will take you to your knees.
The thing that goes beyond hustle and hard work, the discipline of patience, the thing that goes beyond hustle and hard work, right? Because we all talk about hustle, we talk about working hard, we talk about grinding, this, that, and the third, but nobody talks to you about patience. Nobody speaks about that patience, because in the patience, that's where you're gonna make it or you're gonna break.
Being honest with where you stand and how you feel, it's really giving another person an option and opportunity to be as honest with you. And whatever your fear of that is, of that outcome, is never really as big as what you make it up to be. You know, it's really not that small. It's not promised to anyone. But time will move on. You know, you will move past it. And if tomorrow never comes, at least you can know that you said what you needed to say.
You have the power to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. Don't underestimate yourself. You don't know enough about yourself to become a cynic. And so you've got to challenge yourself to access that power that you have within you. You're more than a conqueror.
See with your eyes, you'll see things. See with your mind, you'll see answers. Put your eyes and your mind to work. And the best advice on developing sight and insight is pay attention. Don't miss anything.
What am I doing with my life?
I'm alive! I'm alive! Free yourself!
You know, it's not like a dry intellectual aesthetic. It's like it's a rush of blood to the head. Yeah. It's like I've got one fucking life and this is it and we're in it right now and there isn't a second to waste. Yeah. Let's do this. What are we doing? What am I doing? What's exciting? What's fun? What's and kind of stand or fall, it doesn't matter.
It's a wild way to live your life, to decide that for the glory and the challenge and just the overwhelming difficulty of becoming a world-class fighter or a world champion fighter, that you put yourself through so much.
It's because you shackled your mind to have limits. And everybody has a limit, but find it first.
You got a limit?
Haven't found it yet.
I don't think you have.
Haven't found it yet.
It's pretty crazy.
It's crazy. Haven't found it yet. I find it at times, but what happens is I then figure out how to get around it, through it, above it, climb over it. So those limits, I'm always, that's what I said, I taught myself how to fail. I'm always skirting on that like limit of like, okay, I'm there. Okay, I failed, but I was right there.
You will find little joy in your command, but with luck, you will find the strength to do what needs to be done. Kill the boy, Jon Snow. Winter is almost upon us. Kill the boy and let the man be born.
It's just like people that say, follow your passion. Well, follow your passion. How about act on your passion?
Yep. I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. And so it looks like this ocean that you're going to step into and drown. But as soon as you step into it, you realize it was not that deep at all, and you can keep walking through it. And I just love that visual, because a lot of times when it's like we have this anxiety around this big decision we have to make, if you actually take the step and realize that it's not death, you're not going to drown immediately. There's plenty of other steps you can take from there, even if you get a little wet.
That's the fear. The fear is never reaching your potential.
That's it.
That always falling short, always quitting before you're done, always procrastinating, always not doing the right thing. And then one day you're an old man.
Yep.
And you look back and go, God, I could have been great.
Yep.
I could have been great.
What should this training consist of? What are we training police in? Well, combatives, for one thing, shooting, breaching, first aid, trauma, de-escalation. And anybody that's listening that doesn't know much about the police, you might think they do all this stuff all the time. They don't. They don't do this all the time. They barely get to shoot.
You just eliminate all external distractions. That's what's going on, and just focus on the process itself and enjoying it every single day. Chopping wood, carrying water. Greatness is not meant for a few chosen people. It's meant for those who persistently pursue their dreams every day and make that choice when they wake up.
But think about how much more fragile you would be if you hadn't overcome all of this stuff. We spoke about this yesterday. Every single person that I know that is incredibly successful in a balanced way and has a good perspective on it elects to do very hard things regularly. It humbles them. It reminds them that they're just mortal. And it also means that if the entire mainstream media apparatus tries to come down on top of you, let's say, just as a hypothetical, let's say that occurs, that you can deal with it because you know that you've dealt with 1,000 disgusting kettlebell workouts followed by a cold tub.
Ultimately, everybody's purpose is to serve the evolutionary impulse of the universe. But along the way, it could be, how do you express your unique skills or talents? What would you do if you had all the money and all the time in the world? Would you feel joyful doing it? Would it bring about joy to others? Would it improve the quality of life? Then that would be a purpose.
I want to skip the flattery and the attaboys, because I do know this. The sooner that we become less impressed with our life, with our accomplishments, with our career, with whatever that prospect is in front of us, the sooner we become less impressed and more involved with that and these things, the sooner we get a whole lot better at doing them.
There are no solutions, only trade-offs. What's that mean to you?
That you're never going to completely solve anything in your life or in the world, and there's always going to be compromises that you have to make. And if you aren't willing to make those compromises, or you don't keep your mind open for those compromises, you're going to run into some real problems. But if you look at it and the fact that you might put a little more effort over here, and it's going to take away from some effort over there, you can't just do everything at once. So yeah, no solutions, only trade-offs.
What did I say to you? What were my words to you? Maybe it was your time to lose. You didn't think so. Lose? I don't lose! I win! I win! I'm a lawyer! That's my job! That's what I do!
With repetition and emotion and consistency, initially it's hard, and you have to use conscious effort to create the new beliefs. He says, but over 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, that new pattern that you're focusing on and paying attention to, your brain basically says, well, I guess you really don't need those old patterns. You keep activating these new ones. Let's just make these ones work, and let's make these real.
It should always be about, hunting your fears, man. That's the path to success. It doesn't mean that's the path you're going to go on for success. By facing your fears, the transfer of energy comes back into higher levels of confidence of who you are. Find your fears in your life. Find your fears. Write them down. Identify them. Because those fears are doorways to your success. Behind every fear, guys, is the person you want to be.
I love thinking about that when I'm thinking about big life decisions. Like, what would I do if I weren't afraid? And it's usually like the big one, the bigger thing that I really want to do, but I'm afraid to do it. It's like, that's what I should do. And to your point about, you had the 5 things that you told your team. The one that we have is, originally it was something that we called 1 of 1, which is make only things that we can make.
And most people don't like being uncomfortable. If you don't want to be uncomfortable, please do not pursue success, because success is a very uncomfortable feeling. And I just learned to be comfortable being uncomfortable. If you can get that in your head, this too shall pass. Every moment of everything you've ever gone through, God got you through it. You didn't even realize it. He just got you through it. You can't name one thing he didn't pull you through. Well, I lost my mother. I'm still grieving over that. I lost my mama 21 years ago. I still grieve over it, but I'm here. I got through it.
Every second of the day, he is trying to extract more from something. He's constantly thinking, he's constantly disciplined, never going off the path. Whatever is injured on him, he figures a way. It's a conqueror's mindset. And very few people, if any, can really understand what that is. Like, I'm almost 50, and I've been this way for almost 30 years. Like, what do you do for fun?
Lazy people do a little work and think they should be winning, but winners work as hard as possible and still worry if they're being lazy. So if you're a winner, you ain't comfortable.
I don't want to live in a hole anymore. It makes me feel poor.
We are poor, but we're happy.
Come see, come sa. Anyway, the views are better above ground. Honey, I'm 7 non-Fox years old now. My father died at 7.5. I don't want to live in a hole anymore, and I'm going to do something about it.
If you show up for work on time and stay there until the appointed departure time, if you do what they pay you to do, and then they pay you, then nobody owes anybody anything. Now, if you want a raise, get there a few minutes early. Ask for extra things to do. Be cheerful and positive and optimistic and helpful. Don't goof off and try to get out of work. Deliberately seek the boss to find extra work, and then I will absolutely guarantee you a raise in short order.
I'm super brave. This is my story. The story is, the book is, here are inspiring people throughout history whose courage is calling to us to be better. And I actually end the book not with a story of courage, but a story of a failure of courage. If you should be afraid of anything, it should be afraid of, you should be afraid of betraying your principles, of falling short, of not doing what you know is the right but hard thing at the time.
There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong. Wait a minute, I'm not done now. You know, the devil goes, oh no, leave him alone, man. He's my favorite. Don't bother him.
Yeah.
Conversely, when the devil comes at you, maybe it's because you're trying to do something right.
And anytime you have any kind of discourse, or you could be subject to the discomforts of the situation, your body remembers that, and your body's just the messenger of what the purity right here is. It just delivers whatever this says. And if you start thinking you can't do it, and that pain's like, oh, it feels, I can't do the pain. Do you think that body's gonna tell your brain, the boss of the world, hey man, we can do it? Bullshit. It's like a little bitch that body is. It's just like, okay, we're done then. Your body hears everything. Your mindset.
Character is going to keep you where you want to go longer than you really need to stay. Work ethic is unbelievable. Talent is as well. But sooner or later, it's something that's inside of you just has to want it. You have to need it. You got to go at it like it's that next breath that you got to take, that nobody can stop you. And the closer you get to it, you're going to have naysayers, you're going to have doubters, you're going to have people that's close to you, that even in the crib with your laying beside of you that don't believe in you.
I only trained probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this fight. I had to bury my best friend, and I dedicated this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Because if somebody, comes to work for me at, say, 21 years old and says, 5:30, right, I'm off, and don't bother calling me on the weekend, I'm going to go, well, I'm not going to bet the house on you. When I was younger, genuinely, I didn't even think about weekends. It was like when I was a runner, I would do 18-hour days and loved every second of it, because for every day I was doing it, I was learning something more.
As long as you love it, you have to keep going. You cannot quit. Maybe one day somebody does throw you a bunch of money and you can stop sleeping in your office. Or maybe it's just a slow grind up and it takes you 10 years to become an overnight success. You'll never know how long it will take you to be successful. But what you do know is that if you quit on something that you love, you will end up regretting it for the rest of your life.
You don't have to suffer. Pain is part of life. Suffering's a choice. But we suffer when we make up meanings that make it worse than it is to make ourselves feel good. Be the master of meaning and you're the master of your life. And to be a master of meaning, you must find the empowering meaning, not the disempowering one.
But the point is, you're still trying to aim for the top. And what the hell are you going to do if you don't try to aim for the top? Flap about uselessly and whine about your life? It's not helpful. It'll just make you miserable. You're not reliable to anyone. You can't help out in a crisis. So you tell young people, and this is another message for conservatives, I don't care what you're going to do, but go out there and make something of yourself for God's sake. Be an honest person and work and get to the top of whatever it is that you want to get to the top of.
If I'm eating food, I'll save the best for last. You know what I'm saying? I'll eat around it to the one part that I really want to eat. I'm gonna save that. I'm a delayed, gratification. I'm that type of person. So I'm literally all right, I will party later. I work hard now, so the second half of my life I can do whatever the fuck I want. That's been my mentality. It's I'm not going to trick off my early years for partying and then worry about struggling, how I'm going to make it, how I'm going to take care of my family, how I'm going to take care of everybody else. That's not going to be me. I'm going to grind it out now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to set up the foundation so I can enjoy myself later. That's always been my mentality.
Fear is never reaching your potential.
That's it.
That always falling short, always quitting before you're done, always procrastinating, always not doing the right thing. And then one day you're an old man.
Yep.
And you look back and go, God, I could have been great.
Yep.
I could have been great.
I want to do it bigger and better. And they looked at me like I had 3 fucking heads and they were like, okay. But I still stayed focused and I still had still put in the hard work with my 2 hands. And that's it. And that's what it comes down to with you guys. One of the keys is remember where you came from. Keep that shit in the front of your mind. And when shit goes bad and it goes sideways, a lot of shit does, you're getting booed out of the fucking building, or you're coming through this injury, or people are writing you off. Oh, you guys ain't gonna fucking make it. Any of that shit. You gotta keep it in here. It really has to, it should drive you.
I'm fine with the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm fine being flawed. I'm fine with all the things that have happened to me that have been exposed. I'm fine with it all. I don't hide from it. I don't run from it. I don't avoid any of it. I'm fine. It's all right. It's a bed that I made for myself. I happily lay in it. And I'll be fine figuring it out, moving forward.
Take a step back right now and think about who we all admire. They're all people that punted the system. They're people that practiced singing since they were 5. They're people that shot 10,000 basketballs every morning. It's always that. Anything meaningful and good takes real time and effort. You have to work for it. Please recognize the world we're living in. The world is abundant. If you're good enough, you can get yours too.
I believe, and I learned very young, that you don't try to build a wall. You don't set out to build a wall. You don't say, I'm going to build the biggest, baddest, greatest wall that's ever been built. You don't start there. You say, I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. Yeah. And you do that every single day. And soon you have a wall. And soon you have a wall.
Yep. I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.
A part of me just wanted to see how long he could keep that up. A part of me wanted to see what he had to offer. I saw what he had to offer. I also saw that he couldn't keep that up. And you got to embrace that. You know, what I do for a living is not always pleasant. It's just a big part of the game. It was a great feeling out process. I realized that I got to take his best punches. I think my chin is very underrated.
Some of you have been asking, God, what am I supposed to do with my career? Get in 21 days of prayer and fasting and get God's view on it. Get up here and let God show you where you're supposed to be and what city you're supposed to be in and how you're supposed to do. Get God's view on it and then come down here with diligence. See, right here is where we try to forget what we saw.
This is the most important and crucial period of your lives, for what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go. And the question is whether you have a proper, a solid, and a sound blueprint.
Now let me tell y'all something about dreams. Listen up, because this is something I found out a long time ago that goes against everything you see in a movie, on TV, or what your great-grandma may have told you when you were a kid. See, dreams don't happen overnight. That ain't how it works. See, they come to you in the daylight. You gots to be awake.
Payoff is big enough, meaningful, significant, game-changing. This is why people give up on their goals. They give up on their goals because they're not meaningful, they're not significant, there's no life-changing result.